The following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
We welcome you to the desert where the mountains glow, the air is thin, and championship expectations feel even heavier. This afternoon at the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic, it's blue blood versus new blood, the Standard against the Surge, Oklahoma. The Standard in collegiate softball takes on Duke as we walk you through the heavy scenes. Not a free seat in the house. She's Sydney Suplee, I'm Max Kelton, and the Oklahoma Sooners face off with the Duke Blue Devils, who will be at the plate, highlighted through the heat of it. Jessica Oakland, a player to watch today, starting in left field in the cleanup spot.
These are two heavyweight teams getting ready to battle it out. I mean, some of the best offenses in the country. Jess Oakland finally able to play for Duke. She was the 2024 Big Ten Player of the Year. Had to sit out last season after a mid-year transfer and is back to her hitting ways, hitting nearly 400 average-wise on the season.
For Oklahoma, it's Audrey Lowry in the circle, the sophomore left-handed pitcher who last year went 6-0 in 43 innings. Fanned 40, only walked 3 last season as a true freshman. This year, a similar line, 6-0 on the season, a 1.18 ERA.
Coach couldn't say enough about her and the work that she did this offseason. This is a pitching staff that did a lot of live this week and a ton of bullpens because they want to be able to support their heavyweight offense and have the pitching lead the way.
And Oklahoma has had quite the week to this point. Started things off against Cal State. Fullerton came from behind and walked things off in the win. Fired up in the victory. Oh, nothing comes easy here at Mary Nutter, and on any given night, we can see any given hero. Yesterday, Sydney Barker against San Diego State in Game 2 finishes things off for the Sooners, and they start out the weekend here in Cathedral City with a 2-0 record. You see Coach Patty Gasso and the Sooners, who have won 4 of the last 5 national championships. They set the standard for excellence.
Coach Gasso couldn't say enough about this team and the young players that are leading the way. She reflected back to the 4-time national champs that graduated 2 seasons ago, the Kinsey Hansons, the Jada Colemans, the Riley Boone. She said, I have a freshman class that is building that type of foundation. We're going to see it put on display here tonight.
Deanna Jennings stepping in. Center fielder swings through a strike.
I have to tell you, Max, we have a lot of games here this weekend, but this is the one that I circled in yellow. What an opportunity for both of these teams to be able to compete.
They beat it down the line. Jennings hustle play, and she's aboard for Duke to lead things off.
Yeah, Jennings does a great job using the dirt, a triple threat type of player.
Now stepping in, it's Amina Vega, the second baseman. Vega, the senior, takes strike 1.
Vega, 2026 Supple America preseason All-American, a top 25 finalist for USA Collegiate Player of the Year last year. One of the leaders in the heartbeat on this team. She led the team in batting average, hitting .417, and hits and doubles with 17. When you talk to Coach Marissa Young, she can't say enough. She said it's bittersweet to see her now in her final year, to think about how much she has grown as a player.
Leads the team in average to this point, a .524 clip. This is skied high right side of the infield. At second base, that's Agbiani who comes in to make the grab.
And this is what Lowry's going to do best. She's going to try to utilize her rise ball, force a lot of Duke players to get underneath her pitches and force a pop-up.
Swing and a miss for Tarina Jones. Lowry to the plate. Swung on and ripped into left field for a base knock. Jennings onto second base, just one away.
And Jones has been such a fun player to watch back. College softball has missed her. She was out in 2025 due to injury. She comes back and just ropes this one, taking a pitch on the outside corner and being able to pull it.
That allows the cleanup hitter Jessica Oakland to step in. Oakland takes ball one low.
Oakland, another player who was sidelined in 2025, not due to injury, but because of transfer rules. Coach Young said saw the game in a different light, was the ultimate teammate. And how for the team now to be able to cheer on as much as she did for them last season.
Did not play through the first week of the season, but boy, she was a force last week. Oakland went 6 for 15 in 6 starts, rips it over to third. They step on the bag for one, on to first, in time. It's a 5-3 double play. Oklahoma has 2 on base, but the Sooners get out of it. Mary Nutter would like to thank all of their vendors and sponsors for 2026. We welcome you back here to the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic in Cathedral City, California. Time to see the Sooners for the first time today. Here's a look at the starting group for Oklahoma, and you see Cassidy Pickering leading things up. It doesn't get any easier from there. 1-9, this group can hurt you.
I mean, just a gauntlet of home run hitters. 45 home runs on the season here in 2026 for Coach Gasso and her squad. Every single player who is registered and at bats for Coach Gasso's team has a home run. I mean, we're only in weekend number 3. That is just absolutely unreal.
Well, Mallory Wheeler has the tall task of facing this group. It'll be Cassidy Pickering, Kendall Wells, Gabby Garcia, 1, 2, 3. Pickering takes ball 1 outside.
Wheeler, the sophomore who came over from Louisiana, where she played in her first season. 3-1 on the year. A little bit of an elevated ERA with 4. The one thing she does a really great job is pounding the zone. Only 5 walks in the season and about 20 innings of work.
The pitch. Pickering takes a strike that taps the inside edge.
One thing I like about what Wheeler will do is she's going to try to keep the ball low in the zone. I have a feeling that's why they gave her the nod. A lot of her pitches have natural downward spin. That's going to be key against an Oklahoma team who is so good at elevating the ball out of the park.
Now painting the corners. It's a 2-2 count for Mallory Wheeler facing the leadoff hitter Cassidy Pickering, a .567 batter. And the pitch. Swung on and lifted. Right field and deep. It is just foul.
You could hear the roar of the crowd thinking that one was gone to start off the game. And that's just the type of bat this Oklahoma squad has. Who's ever up to the plate has this home run capability. They're so quick on their turns.
Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Make it ball 3. Full count for the top of the order, Pickering.
And Pickering 5 home runs on the season, but her average is .567. She's such a threat as a leadoff hitter. She'll work a count deep so the rest of her dugout can learn behind her.
Battles one away.
I thought it was so neat when you talked to Coach Gasso. She says, I really talked through 3 leaders on her team. Cassidy Pickering being one of those leaders. She says she's not somebody who would lead by choice, but everyone just follows her example for how hard she works.
Everybody's got eyes on Cassidy Pickering as she watches ball 4 outside. Leadoff hitter aboard for Oklahoma in the bottom half of the first.
Her 12 walk this season, leading the team right now.
And these are the home run
no
leaders.
Surprise.
Yeah, well, these are the 2 teams in action right here, Oklahoma and Duke. The long ball has found its way, and we would expect some more today with how much power up and down these lineups. Kendall Wells battles the first pitch off.
Both of these teams taking a lot of pride in how strong their women are. They go through extensive off-season workouts.
Pitch missed inside. Well, that was the sentiment for Coach Patty Gasso. She said, our strength coaches work really hard with this team to get them ready to play at game speed at the level that we expect out of them and the strength that they can put on display.
As she even shouted out Joe Padula, the strength coach for the Oklahoma Sooners. She said he's so good and motivates the team to work out. When he travels with the team, he says they'll have players who will say, can we go work out in the hotel gym before the game? And he has a full program for them.
Sent in the air, way back there. See ya! That's into the mountaintops. A 2-run blast for Kendall Wells. Oklahoma opens things up in the bottom half of 1.
And this is a moonshot by Wells, who gets on top of an outside pitch. And you can tell she's used to this home run trot, knows it off the bat. Her 8th home run of the season, and now leading the Sooners in home runs.
Talk about a little friendly competition among your teammates.
I mean, there are some teams in the country who only have 8 home runs as a team. And Wells has the same amount of them.
Oh, she does make it look easy, doesn't she? Now Gabby Garcia, as things get only more difficult from here. The sophomore shortstop has been a daunting force in the 3 spot this year. Taken low, ball 2.
And Garcia is who was tied with Wells with the 7 home runs coming into this game. Again, another video game average number, hitting just shy of 500. This team is hitting .446 coming into this game, mind you.
Just some unthinkable numbers come the start of the season, rewriting what it means to have a successful offense.
And Coach Gasso called Gabby Garcia the quiet assassin. She says so often everyone looks at her and they're like, oh, cute Gabby. She says she has a whole nother side of her that nobody knows.
Swung on and fouled back for a 2-2 count here. Still nobody away, bottom half of 1.
This is where I'd love to start to see some change of speeds here coming from the circle. Oklahoma right now is just really on time to all of the hard stuff, be it drop ball, be it rise ball.
Missed downstairs, full count. Payoff pitch is roped into right field for a base hit. Gabby Garcia keeps things moving.
I've been so impressed with the tight turns here from this Oklahoma team. A lot of pitchers will try to make them uncomfortable throwing inside on the plate, but Oklahoma just handles it with so much ease. They are never sped up in the box.
Cleanup hitting Ella Parker now. Parker takes strike one.
Parker, somebody Coach Gasso says, is always making sure she gets hitting in. She goes, I swear sometimes that girl hits 3 or 4 times a day, even when I'm not looking.
And that allows her a little leeway at the plate as she takes ball one upstairs.
Parker, one of the other leaders on this team.
Reached for it, flared into shallow left field. Catch is made cleanly by Deanna Jennings. One away.
I really like that pitch by Mallory Wheeler, finally working on the outside part of the plate. He's going to catch Parker out on her front leg, something that's rare to do against this Oklahoma team. Just doesn't stay through that outside pitch.
One down, runner on first. Here's Isabella Emmerling. Swung on and lifted. That gets down. More of a bloop shot than a hammer, but however you can get it done. That also moves Garcia on to second base with a one-out single from Emmerling.
Wheeler starting to settle in here, using her spin to be able to create speed differentials against these Oklahoma hitters. They're not going to strike out a lot, but even just being able to pitch to weak contact is where you can have success.
Now Sydney Barker. We saw that home run from Barker yesterday against San Diego State to close out that action.
A walk-off run roll, nothing like it. That's a cool thing about so many of these underclassmen. They've just had opportunities early on to be able to shine.
And there, strike two.
And that's a really good pitch. A drop ball on the inside part of the plate against the righty. That's a really tough bat angle to try to be able to barrel.
Well, your officiating crew behind the plate, it's Susan Eads calling balls and strikes. Scott Mayer up the first base line, and Mark Maceo, the third base umpire. 0-2 offer. That's a tough take. Ball one inside.
I love that 0-2 pitch. That's a part of the zone. If Wheeler can continue to attack, I think she's going to have a lot more success against these powerful righty hitters.
Below the zone, ball two.
Really nice job by Barker and staying tough with 2 strikes.
Ripped on the ground, flip onto second, that's one on to first, not in time.
I love the thought and aggressiveness here by Duke. This is a great job just letting your defense work behind you if you're Wheeler.
So
now 2 outs, you can allow your infield to play deeper, put your heels on the grass.
Well, it's a fair point. It allows that infield to have some options here too. Runners at the corners, 2 down for Nelly McEnroe-Marinas. Nelly, a .440 hitter this season. Cracked it foul up the third base line.
Nelly was also one of the freshmen that burst on the scene last year. A top 25 finalist with 15 home runs, 48 RBIs.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2 with the throw down to second. Everybody's safe. No harm, no foul. Trying to get that extra run across the plate.
I love when teams can put pressure on the defense right away, make sure they know how they want to handle that play. And Duke does a great job. You always want to get your hands into your second baseman. There they have Vega, who's just the ultimate veteran leader.
That's fouled out of play. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
And Marine is continuing to make Wheeler work. This Oklahoma team has only struck out 37 times this season. They put the ball in play at such a high, consistent rate.
Here's Wheeler. Swung on, flown shallow right field, and the catch is made for... Oh no, the ball is dropped. 1 run scores. There's another. Oh man! Oklahoma reaps the benefits, and they double the lead.
The way that this ball was hit by Marinas is going to have a little bit of a tail spinning off to your right. You can see Lamar going to try to make the catch. It pops in and out of her glove. And with 2 outs, the runners are on their horse. And what a huge opportunity for Oklahoma to be able to capitalize on a Duke mistake.
Now it's only Nelly on third base as she clears the bases. Brings up Ilana Agbayani. Took a strike.
And for Wheeler right now, how composed can you stay for your team on the circle? Everybody is looking to you to lead. When things get really tough, things feel shaky, how can you stand up for your team? Now go get this 3rd out.
Ball 2.
And Wheeler is somebody that Coach Marissa Young said she wants to play on the big stage coming from Louisiana. She wanted to be a 1-2 punch with Cassidy Curd, their ace.
Grounded left side and through. A base knock to score another.
That's where this Oklahoma team is so good. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile every single time. And it's a team that it's just costly when you leave outs on the board. This time going to keep her hands inside, send the ball opposite field through the 5-6 hole. And watch the way Oklahoma just celebrates every single run. This is a team who loves to have fun.
That's Abby Dayton who sends the first pitch. She sees foul. Sydney, quite the start and statement for Oklahoma in this first inning.
This is an Oklahoma team who just comes out every game really hungry. This was a young group last season who Coach Gasso said herself, there wasn't a lot in the cupboard, but yet they still make it to the Final Four. They're more experienced, more seasoned this year.
Throw down after the stolen base. They're certainly more seasoned, and frankly, a lot of these opportunities that they've have in front of them, it's because they've learned from their mistakes in the past. And very few mistakes over the past 5 or so years for Oklahoma as a program. They don't get to the mountaintop last year, and they learn from it and grow. And that was the message from Patty Gasso.
It's crazy to think that this group is chasing what would be, if they could win it, 5 out of 6 championships in the last 6 years. Championship mentality is something they pride themselves on, and the way that they can be, all led by Coach Gasso. And she said, this is a really fun group. She said they're probably the loudest group she's ever coached, with their energy being a younger team. She goes, they laugh loud, they talk loud. Sometimes she's like, I'm not sure if it's just me and my age, but they bring me out of my shell, and I try to let them go and have fun as much as I can.
Yeah, they're certainly having fun. Strike 2.
I really liked the timeout by Marissa Young, going to her sophomore in the circle, just trying to calm her down. Hey, this is still the first inning. Let's not let this get any more out of hand. Let us get back into the dugout and start to score runs for you.
Grounded softly to Jones. In time for the final out of the first. 9 batters come to the plate, and Oklahoma plates 5. The Sooners whacking the bat in Cathedral City. Don't go anywhere. More Mary Nutter when we come back. The Easton Ghost Unlimited is now available. Stands on display here at Mary Nutter. It is a full-on clinic this weekend in Cathedral City. Quite the cushion now for Audrey Lowry and Oklahoma Sooner fans. The Sooners with a 5-run first against number 14 Duke.
If you're Lowry right now, this gives you full reign to go and attack every single hitter. Don't let a free base come when your team just gave you a 5 spot in the bottom of the first.
Chance to get some back. First pitch into Layla Lamar. That's strike one.
Yeah, and Lamar, what a cool story, coming home playing for her mother, Marissa Young. She was a freshman at Florida last year, came home to be closer to family, and Coach Young has just loved every second. She says now we can get dinner after the games. Her entire family's able to watch her, and she said it's done wonders for their mother-daughter relationship.
That's the best stuff. And, you know, started her career at Florida, came on home.
I think what's even cooler tonight, Duke's going to be able to play UCLA, where Coach Young's other daughter is playing as a freshman. And shout out to Marissa Young and her husband. They made some quite the athletes, 2 softball players, and then their son played in the national championship game for Miami football this year.
And that's strike 3. Layla Lamar goes down swinging. There's one away, the top half of 2.
Lowry already here in this top of the second inning, much more in control, using that drop ball. It has a nice little bit of tail to it. Works away from those lefties. When we talked to Coach Gasso about Lowry and just her growth from year 1 to year 2, she said straight professionalism when I look at her. She does the extra things that can take a pitcher so far. She comes to the field early. She knows what she needs in her warm-ups. So that's really similar to what allowed Nicole May to be really great in this program, who recently graduated.
Lowry, the 2024 Indiana Gatorade Player of the Year, just her 2nd collegiate season. Flared on to second. That's 2 down.
And right now, Duke just feels like they're feeding into Lowry's hands. She's going to work you on both sides of the plate, so I'd love to see these Duke players come in with a really disciplined approach at the plate and try to break the plate in half and either attack all inside or all outside until you have 2 strikes.
KK Mathis takes one below the zone. Let's go, 1-0. Swung on and grounded. Left side to third base. And Nelly makes the play for the final out of the second inning. 3 up, 3 down for Oklahoma, taking care of business on both sides of the ball. Quite the atmosphere here in Cathedral City this weekend. Come on, stop by. Get yourself a tri-tip sandwich and more. I could have that in between a game or two, let me tell you.
I can tell you, Max, the worst thing being a player was smelling how good the food just smelled and watching everybody else eat it when you're playing. But, I mean, we get to look at these views, and there is nothing more stunning in the background here at this ballpark.
It is unbelievable. The mountain ranges in the background, the air's a little thinner, the ball continues to carry, and we saw that through the first inning for Oklahoma as Kendall Wells blasted that 2-run home run, then a couple more hits strung together brought them to a 5-0 lead. We'll see Wells, the second batter up in this second inning. It'll start with Cassidy Pickering.
Second inning already back at the top. We saw the crowd coming in. I mean, this is a packed stadium. Everybody wanted to see this top 15 showdown, as both of them have put on offensive clinics up until this game.
Felt like this might be the matchup of the weekend. That caught the outside corner for a strike. 1-2.
And I can tell you from being a player and calling these games now, it feels like whatever field Oklahoma is playing on, that's where the fans tend to follow. Just so much love for these athletes.
Roped into left field for a base hit. Pickering has her first knock of the day. She's trying for two. The play at second in time. And they lay the tag down. Pickering out of the bag.
After a good piece of hitting, Pickering trying to extend 1 from 2. She sees a bobble in the infield. She decides to go for it. But it just feels like a bit of that hesitation stepping back. It's going to be costly. I don't know. That was a close tag there by Vega.
Deep to center, but it doesn't have the distance as Kendall Wells skies out to Deanna Jennings, 2 down.
This would be a really huge response for Duke if they could put up a 0 here after giving up a 5 spot in the first inning, just to create a little bit of momentum going on their side.
So 2 quick outs for Mallory Wheeler in the circle. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Gabby Garcia with a single earlier today. She's 1 for 1.
Finished 5th among all freshmen in home runs last season.
Popped up, left field, and Duke retires the side in order in the second. We quickly move into the top half of 3, a top 15 matchup from Cathedral City, California. DeMarini has new and unreleased bets now available. Check them out at your nearest dealer.
And this is always so fun. So many of these booths have a lot of professional softball players, a lot of AUSL softball players flying in for this weekend. And fans recognize their favorite college. The technology is at an all-time high. And that's something that a lot of these athletes have to balance, where you're getting so much data thrown at you. How can you absorb it? And what do you need to know?
Well, if you're not buying a bat this weekend, at least grab some merch. Top half of 3, first pitch swinging, a base hit into left field for Jayla Stafford.
I love this renewed response for Duke, able to get 3 up, 3 down last inning. Now come in by Stafford, swinging on the very first pitch.
Good way to start things out in the 3rd frame. Now chasing 5 as we move to the 9-hole hitter, Jada Baker. 3rd baseman takes one away.
Yeah, Baker's done a really nice job, just hitting a little under 300, being able to turn over the order this year.
The pitch. Missed low for ball 2.
Oklahoma taking an extra second, making sure everyone's on the same page. I love a catcher who's willing to just let your pitcher breathe. You have all the time in the world. Make sure she's feeling comfortable and confident out there.
That's the message.
Coach Young looks on.
For 9th-year head coach Marissa Young and company. Named the first head softball coach at Duke University in 2015. She's put together quite the program.
What she has done since the birth of Duke softball is more than what a lot of programs have done in 50-year history, making the first Women's College World Series appearance for Duke, creating so many All-Americans, and she's somebody who just takes the ultimate pride in being able to represent the university.
And of course, last year hosted a regional for the 4th straight season. This is chopped to second base. That's one. They got her! Double play!
Oklahoma does such a great job at doing the little things right. Takes it herself, fires it across the diamond. That play is possible with how well it is handled. When you could take it yourself, it saves so much time from delivering that toss on a double play ball.
Well, that you saw maybe a ball skate there, a second softball skate in at the end of that play. That came from elsewhere. The double play stands. Heck of a play from Agbayani at second. She camps under it there to make the grab for the 3rd out. Duke with the lead base runner aboard. Nothing to show. We welcome you back here to the 2026 Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic. That's the view from over here at USA Softball's Wrigley Field. But it's so ways away, don't get me wrong. It's snowy mountaintops in the distance, sunny skies here for Oklahoma Duke. The Sooners on top 5 in the bottom half of inning number 3.
For Wheeler, I really want her to continue off of her success in the 2nd inning, was working that drop ball, keeping the ball lower in the zone, doing a nice job of creating weak contact off this Oklahoma hitters.
That missed low, 1-1 count here. It's Ella Parker leading things off in the frame, followed by Isabella Emmerling and Sydney Barker, 4, 5, 6. The pitch. Wheeler missed it away.
Parker is somebody that Coach Gasso says is just so good at understanding her swings. He said if she ever wanted to be a coach someday, she'd make an unreal hitting coach because she's so self-aware.
Loves tinkering. Here's a foot race to the bag. Won by Stafford. Here's one down.
Wheeler is able to get, with her drop ball, Oklahoma a little bit on their front leg, causing them to roll over. That is where she's having her best success.
With an out in the inning, Isabel Emmerling rips one into left field. It's her second base hit of the day.
And when you leave those drop balls a little bit elevated, right there is about a 6-inch difference than the one she just got Parker out on. That's where Oklahoma takes advantage of you. They're able to hit this ball on a line exactly where it's pitched, and that's a gift.
They take advantage of the mistakes. You see a pinch runner. Cheney Helton will run over it first. Sydney Barker awaits. The pitch. Barker swings at the first pitch she sees. That's out number 2.
Great job by Stafford. She had the best angle on this ball. Coming in from first base, way easier to make it than Rodriguez behind the dish or Wheeler trying to come in. That's when you take control of the infield.
2 down in the bottom half of 3. Nelly McEnroe-Marina steps in. Nelly rips it to right field and into the glove of Lamar, who makes the grab for the third and final out. Now we move to 4. Oklahoma 5, Duke 0. From grassroots to gold, USA Softball is where dreams begin, skills are sharpened, and futures are built. Visit USA.com to learn how to get involved in the future of softball. Are you a top 12U or 14U player? Check out the www.usasoftball.com, the All-American Games tryout dates. And we're gonna have Coach Patty Gasso joining us here on the show. What a luxury it is to talk to the great mind. Coach, thanks for joining us. You know, you saw the bats come alive in that first inning. A couple of tight ones yesterday, at least in that first matchup, and then you blow the doors open in this one. What was the approach?
Continue to stay aggressive. We always try to score first inning, set the tone. Just bring energy. This is a long weekend of 6 games in a short period of time, so we've got to keep our energy going, and that's really what we work off of.
Coach, when we talked about Audrey in the circle, you described her as professional earlier this week. What have you liked from what she's shown so far?
Poise, early strikes, staying ahead of count. If she's not ahead of count, she'll work her way through it. So I think she's really growing as a pitcher.
Oklahoma softball head coach Patty Gasso, thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
32 years of excellence for Coach Patty Gasso. The Oklahoma Sooners have been built into this dynasty and a powerhouse right now. Number 4 Oklahoma by 5 over number 14 Duke. Top half of 4. Yeah, go ahead, Sid.
Just somebody that you have to continue to give your flowers to, and what Coach Gasso has done for the sport. 8 national championships. There's a reason why she was picked to lead Team USA in the 2028 Olympics we're going to see, and tasked, as she said, with the difficult decision of picking only 15 players to eventually make that roster. And she gets a great front row view of watching some of the best play at the college level every single weekend.
She said she's having so much fun in that same vein, you know, and it's different. She said, I don't have to be as rah-rah with these athletes. They are grown, but it is just a totally fun time and a new experience for her.
And how different it has to be going from coaching 18 to 22-year-olds to all of a sudden, you know, women who some have had children already.
The leadoff is aboard for Duke here in the 4th frame. That's Amina Vega, who is on first base with nobody away.
Vega able to just muscle this one through and then utilize her speed, takes advantage of a rare miscue we see from Garcia at short.
We'll see if the Blue Devils can capitalize. Lowry offers in a strike.
I love when Lowry is able to go to that backdoor curveball as a lefty. It starts off the plate and then just scratches enough.
Back over to first base. Not in time. That back pick from Wells.
Not afraid to... Yeah, I love when a catcher's not afraid to try to just let the runners know early on in the game that she's there, not afraid to fire it down.
Swung on, roped into right field, but fell.
Ms. Jones doing a nice job trying to work herself back on time.
Tarina Jones. High chopper bobbled and everybody's safe.
The surface here at Mary Nutter, the ground plays really hard, especially with the weather that they've had recently. So these hitters are doing a nice job chopping into the ground, putting a lot of pressure on the defense for Oklahoma.
Now Jones at first, Vega at second for Jessica Oakland. Oakland watches a ball just miss.
Oakland looking for her first hit of the day, has 1 home run so far this season, 10 RBIs. As we mentioned, lost opening weekend, but since then has been back to prime shape.
Prime shape indeed. You remember back in 2024 when she earned All-American status as the Big Ten Player of the Year with Minnesota? Now a chance to shine with the ACC and Duke. The pitch. Oakland swings through the heat.
And I remember facing Oakland in 2023 as a pitcher on the mound. So early in her career, but look at the hack she takes. That is something that she's done. She's stepped into the college softball scene. She's not afraid to go after a ball. And that's what makes her such a threat to these pitchers. It's just the aura when she steps into the box with so much swagger.
And rightfully so. You know, with her time in Minnesota, she set single season program records and home runs, batting average. This is grounded left side. On to second, that's one. Not in time on the play at first. Well, a little bit of speed for Oakland as well to beat that out. Now runners at the corners with one away.
Yeah, this is huge that she's able to hustle this one out of the box. This allows now Rodriguez coming in behind her to be in another RBI situation. And that's a close play, taking another look at it. And in a normal conference play games, these coaches are both going to have the 2 challenges, and I would assume, challenge a play like that. And what's new this year is if they win the challenge, they're able to keep it. Similar to like a college football game that we often see.
This is ripped foul. Layla Lamar at the dish. Runners on first and second here with one away. Now you see that. Bang, bang.
I mean, tie goes to the runner, right? Isn't that the saying?
Swung on, lifted to right field. It bounces fair. Lamar turns around first. She's on to second base. One run is in. Play at the plate. They won't send another. But Duke is on the board with an RBI double from Layla Lamar.
And Lamar just does such a great job of being able to get on time, hit this ball out in front enough to turn on it, which was a really hard backdoor curveball. Tough for a lefty to hit. This is such a quality at bat. And now you look at Jess Oakland's at bat. It matters that she moved the runner 60 feet closer.
Well, that brings Oakland onto third base. Lamar at second. Vega scored on that double from Layla Lamar. Only one away.
And this is really important for Duke to start to throw a little bit of a punch back after taking a pretty big one in the first inning. You don't have to get all 5 runs back at once, but if you can just start to chip away.
Ball one. And Sid, to your point, you know, it would be quite the statement to the poise of this Blue Devils team if they were able to weather the storm in the first and then start to kick it into gear in the later innings.
And Coach Young has said this is a scrappy team that doesn't give up. This is a team that the veterans remember making it to Oklahoma City. And they know what it takes to win these type of ball games. And it's just sticking with the process.
You see a pinch runner at second base for Duke here. Grounded to short. Play at the plate. Throw is in time with the tag applied. Tarina Jones, that's Jessica Oakland who is out, trying to stretch that into a scoring play.
This is a strategy that a lot of coaches are using this day and age. When you have runners on third and second, any ball hit on the ground, you're just going to continue to go. You're going to force the infield to make the perfect throw to get you out and then have your trail runners hopefully get over to the same position. However, wasn't enough time to bring Rodriguez back to second base, so you'd have runners on the corners depending on what this umpire crew decides.
We saw Adeline Matthews check in as a pinch runner. She's now at third. On first base, Kyrie Rodriguez after the fielder's choice. And the call is confirmed.
And taking another look at this play, I mean, this is a heck of a throw by Garcia, deep in the hole, coming off her back leg, and then a great tag by Wells. Credit to Duke for putting the pressure on, but Oklahoma continues to do the little things right.
You know, and the question on that play was, did the ball come out on the transfer? And we'll see that one more time in just a moment. You know, that was how it was ruled. It was on the transfer. Let's see it again.
And I would happen to agree. It feels like the tag is cleanly made by Wells. She's able to bring it up with full control, and isn't until she tries to bring it to her hand, her throwing hand in her right hand, that it came out. It's a good job by our umpiring crew.
You know, with all that commotion, however, KK Mathis has worked this 2-0 count as Patty Gasso now with a chance to chat with Lowry, who started in the circle for the Sooners. They have to get on the same page. And remember, Duke is not out of this. They had quite an opportunity with runners at second and third and one away. But runners still remain on first and third now, 2 down, and Mathis ahead of the count.
And it looks like a little bit of action coming in from the bullpen. Going to continue to stay with Lowry, but I like this timeout for everything that you said. Also, you have runners on first and third, so this is an opportunity to not only speak to your pitcher, but to your infield on how do we want to cover this if Duke were to try to send Rodriguez from first to second and create a little bit of commotion and try to score Matthews.
That pitch rolls into the zone for strike 1.
Coach Gasso knows what our pitchers need to hear. And you see that type of response.
The pitch. Mathis skies this ball. Shallow center field. Catch made by Dayton to close out the threat. Duke strikes. We welcome you back here, joined by 9th-year Duke head coach Marissa Young. Coach Young, it was a tough first inning, but you weathered the storm and the team has bounced back. What was the message to the group after that first frame?
You know, we had a defensive miscue that really gave them some runs, but we're still in the fight. And so we've got to continue to punch, have some quality at bats, and put pressure on them throughout this game.
Coach, Wheeler has showed how tough she is buckling down the second inning throughout. Where have you seen her biggest adjustments?
Well, I think the biggest thing is she wants to be in this environment. She wants to compete, and she's learning how to make quick adjustments to have success early.
Duke head coach Marissa Young, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
9th-year head coach Marissa Young, who created the program from scratch and brought it to such imminent success. 5 straight seasons with 40-plus wins. They come into the weekend red hot. And now trying to, we talk about weather that storm. It was a great first inning for Oklahoma. The Sooners have been silent since. 5-1 ball game, and Mallory Wheeler looks to keep things rolling.
Anytime you have a really poised leader like Marissa Young, your team just follows your stride. She's been doing that since she took over at the program. She's led her team as a national seed every year since 2021 because of how she handles herself. And you could see even her interview, so calm, collected, and just wanting to get her team back on the same page.
Talk about calculated and intentional as well. Those are the words that come to mind.
I also love how she was honest. There was a defensive miscue that we saw that allowed them to get those 2 extra runs in the bottom of the first inning. And that's something that she's going to own and put her team in better positioning.
You know, it's got to be tough, too, because that's her daughter. But then Layla Lamar bounces back and rips that double, that RBI double. So, you know, when does she turn from head coach to mom and then back to the head coach cap during a situation like that? As we see this ball laced into center field on a leadoff single for Ilana Agbayani.
And I actually had the opportunity after that, but we're going to take a look at this pretty swing first. Hit on the line drive. That is what Oklahoma's been doing all day long when they're able to catch a Wheeler's drop ball that's just a little bit elevated so they can go down and get it. But Coach Young was really honest in saying, you know, there's times where I don't always get it right with putting on my mom cap and my coach cap. But she goes, the biggest thing I have to remind myself is my children only have one mom. And she says, my team knows that I will give them my blood, sweat, and tears, but at the end of the day, I will always pick family first. And she goes, I just hope they all continue to see how I love on them and love on my own children.
And this is chopped over to first. Not in time. Abby Dayton beats that out.
Oklahoma doing such a nice job. Dayton gets on top of this ball, is going to utilize the hard dirt, the lefty coming through the box. I mean, this is a slapper's dream with the type of bounce that the infield is getting. And as an infielder, there's nothing you can do. You have to wait till the ball comes down to even make a play on it.
This Oklahoma team has such firepower. You know, we saw a close game yesterday against Cal State Fullerton, a walk-off in the win. Then the run rule for San Diego State 2 games ago, heading into the weekend, 34-0 against UTEP. And that was just 1 run shy of a single game program record, to give you a sense of what this team is capable of.
And Coach Gaster said, I caught a lot of flack for that on social media. People thinking he was trying to run up the score. She said, I would never do that. A lot of it was just multiple walks and then grand slams coming in. We have a new pitcher coming in now to be tasked with these heavy Oklahoma hitters.
We'll step aside after this pitching change. Don't go anywhere. This top 15 matchup continues after this. The Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic. It is the mecca of early season collegiate softball here in Cathedral City. Big league dreams. New pitcher in the circle for Duke is Larissa Hawkes.
Yeah, the junior so far this season has gotten 17.2 innings of work, an 0-1 record, and a bit of an elevated 5 ERA, but is somebody that Coach Young is trusting now to take over and try to change the course of this game. She was a transfer from UIW.
Spent 2 seasons at University of Incarnate Word, where she was 2025 All-Southland Conference honor. First pitch swinging, Cassidy Pickering skies this ball. Foul territory, catch is made.
And I really like the timing here of trying to bring in a new pitcher, especially that 3rd time through. We saw the top of Oklahoma's hitters. They're just too good to not start to make of adjustments, and Duke is trying to stay on the front end of that. And a good job by Hawkes, come in, throwing strikes first pitch.
Well, Hawkes, the junior out of Eagle Pass, Texas. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Kendall Wells now at the dish behind 0-1.
That is a pretty off-speed pitch. Something I felt like Wheeler was missing on our arsenal against these big bats of Oklahoma was being able to change speeds. And now all of a sudden that's sitting in the minds of every Oklahoma hitter that Hawkes can pull the string.
Fouled out of play by Kendall Wells. 1 for 2 today. Wells blew this thing open. The second batter in the bottom of the 1st inning. She roped a 2-run home run.
I'm just so impressed with how Hawkes is pounding the zone early on. Working a bit of an off-speed rise ball combination. For Oklahoma, this is a bit of a slower pitcher, so they're going to have to really stay back in their legs from what they saw speed-wise coming from Wheeler.
Missed away, ball 2.
Competitive 2-strike misses right now.
Popped up and fouled.
She's doing such a nice job at working her rise ball at a competitive enough level that Oklahoma has not been able to do damage on it so far. She's finding the nice top of the zone.
Quite the on-base streak to open up the season. And rings this one foul up the line. Kendall Wells, freshman catcher, Bogert, Georgia. Had 55 career home runs in high school and tied a state home run record with 24 bombs as a sophomore.
And Coach said a class clown above everything else. Keeps the team laughing and light.
Keeps him young as this is flared. Foul.
But where Wells is doing a really great job right now, she's working Hawkeyes who just came into this game, and she's allowing the rest of her team to see all the different looks that Hawkeyes has. So everyone's learning right now, whether you're on deck or whether you're in the dugout.
Gives the rest of these hitters a chance to see the arsenal for Hawkeyes with a 2-2 here. The pitch. Missed it upstairs. That's ball 3.
I'm just so impressed with Hawkeyes' discipline here with 2 strikes, bringing it back to a full count. And the dugout behind her. This is a squad that wants to extend their lead.
Swung on, lifted left side, had the distance, but well to the left of the pole.
And you can see Wells slowly working herself more and more on time to that rise ball. Hawkeyes used the off-speed early on in this at-bat. Now is a good time as ever.
Missed it low, and she works a walk, and quite the at-bat at that for Kendall Wells.
And the Selly for the walk. It's a great job, good discipline. This is what Oklahoma does best, right? This is into their core. They're going to celebrate for the walks. They're going to fire up their dugout. They stay so locked in every single inning and every game.
Now the 3-hole hitting Gabby Garcia. She is locked in as well, 1 for 2 today with a single.
I mean, you just see that and you think of the Alyssa Britos, the Jocelyn Allos, the ones who carried that same energy in that fight. It is true within the DNA of Oklahoma and how they celebrate.
That's high and outside.
And that walk is just making Hawkeyes more aware that bases are loaded. She's got to find the strike zone. Let her defense work behind her.
1-1. Swung on, left field and deep as it curls to the line and out of play.
What Oklahoma does such a good job too is just dumping pitches, waiting until they find the one that they want to drive fair.
1-2. This is in the air. Curling foul into the stands. And that's a pretty good look right there of how packed this place is.
I mean, it's a full crowd on a Friday, only going to continue to get busier on Saturday, Sunday. I think the best part about this tournament is how close the fans are to the action. They're just a few feet away from their favorite players who then have to walk through the stands after games.
Really brings everybody together. Fouled again. Man, it feels like the battle is on for every Sooner to see the whole arsenal for Hawkeyes in the circle after she took over earlier this inning.
It's also just mentally exhausting if you're a pitcher. Like Hawkeyes is giving her best pitch every single one, trying to get out of this jam.
So the base is juiced, 1 away and a 1-2. That's ball 2 outside.
You can see the infield's nice and tight for Duke, staying light on their feet to Stafford at first base, wanting to make the out at home.
Soft dribbler, play at the plate. They get the force out there for out number 2, but the bases will remain loaded on the comebacker off the bat of Gabby Garcia.
Really good job by Hawkeyes. Not only do you have to come into this game and throw strikes, But oh, that's right, field your position. And she does exactly that.
Every batter is vicious, and it doesn't get better with Ella Parker. The pitch. Strike one.
Haka's doing a nice job working the off-speed pitch. It's just too good to lay off of. And that crossed the plane of the front of the plate, so it is indeed a strike.
Last year, a first-team All-American, a 1-1 count now for Ella Parker. Went 7 for 11 last week with 6 runs and 5 runs driven in. The pitch. Grounded right side, base hit into right field. 1 run scores. Station to station they go as Oklahoma extends the lead to 5 on the RBI single from Parker.
This is where Parker is so good. This is the well-pitched rise ball that she just turns on. She's so strong and be able to muscle a pitch up in the zone inside through the 3-4 hole.
Bottom of 4 with 2 away, and every base is occupied.
This is what Oklahoma does best. They put pressure on until they wait for a team to finally crack. And it feels like Duke is on one of 2 options. Can they stay really strong and get back to offensively where they've been starting to make some really good adjustments? Or can Oklahoma just blow this game wide open?
Here's Isabella Emmerling. Already a pair of hits today. She takes strike 1.
Yeah, last year she started 56 of 58 games where she hit .212. This year, she's had a batting average over 500 all season long.
Emmerling takes ball 1 upstairs. 3 seasons at North Carolina to anchor that Tar Heel lineup. First season in Norman last year, started 56 games behind the dish. Soft ground ball to short. In time onto first base to get out of the jam with minimal damage. Oklahoma loads the bases but scores just 1. It's 6-1 Sooners. Bonet is a proud partner with Mary Nutter. Check out bonet.net for product pricing and create your perfect training system. Oakley is all about recognizing the standout players who bring energy and excitement to softball. Our products are designed for those who respect the game's traditions while always looking ahead. Come see how Oakley is setting the standard in performance and style at www.oakley.com. Through 4 here at Mary Nutter in Cathedral City, California. The event of the desert, and we have seen some hot bats from Oklahoma. The pitching has been heat as well. New arm in the circle for the Sooners. Oklahoma now turns to Tia Malloy, who will take over. Excuse me. That's, excuse me, Miley Wachenio, better yet.
It's hard to read the numbers sometimes. A 9 from a 99. And this is a good time for Oklahoma to try to make any switches. We saw Duke make a few adjustments. But one thing that we're going to see from the circle is just a lot of experience. Guachino played her freshman season at Ole Miss, where she helped them go all the way to the Women's College World Series, and that's something that really intrigued Coach Gasso, and just the type of excellence that she was coached around. She said she learned a ton being on that pitching staff there and has continued to grow over here. She was a top 25 finalist for NFCA National Freshman of the Year. She also received a few SEC Pitcher of the Week honors last year at Ole Miss.
Wachenio helped that Ole Miss team to that College World Series. The success has gotten her ready for this moment against Duke. The ball missed upstairs. 1-0 here. It'll go 8, 9, and 1, starting with Jayla Stafford in the top half of 5.
Stafford, the true freshman, has gotten a lot of at-bats recently, continuing to just get better and better the more she's able to see live pitching at this level. Has a high ceiling, Coach Young and the staff say.
Ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Wachenio. That's strike 1.
Wachenio working her rise ball on a really nice level right now. She can continue to throw that last pitch over and over again. It's going to be a different look than Lowry. He was working a bit of east to west movement.
Stafford, the freshman from San Diego, facing Wachenio for the first time today. This season, a .281 batter, 11 starts on the year. And the pitch. Wachenio missed upstairs. Count runs full.
And Wachenio coming into this game 3-0 on the season. A 2.56 ERA, the second most innings right after Lowry. But Oklahoma has had the pleasure of using 6 different arms here in 2026.
We see a full count here to the leadoff hitter in the 5th. Duke needs some momentum. Wachenio, the payoff. Swung on and lifted foul. Barker ran out of real estate over there. Count remains.
And Wachenio doing a really nice job letting everybody in the ballpark know she's not afraid to throw that rise ball up and in on the hands of hitters. That's really intimidating when you're a power hitter at the plate.
And the pitch. Swung on, lifted in the left field. 1 away.
And I love when a pitcher has an opportunity to start an inning clean, nobody on. You can see after the first 2 pitches, Wachenio starts to find her groove and execute really nicely to get her first leadoff out. And Coach Gasso really challenged the pitchers coming into this weekend. She said, I'm so anxious to see them for the work they put in their bullpens these past few days before they headed out to Cathedral City.
Soft chopper right to Wachenio, who makes the routine play onto first base, 2 down.
Yeah, this off speed for her is going to be the difference maker against this Duke team.
Quick note in the field.
So
looks like Kai Minor is in center now, which moves Abby Dayton to left. Go ahead, Sid.
It's just been really important here for Oklahoma to try and find their groove as a pitching staff after the great coach Rocha is just having to take some personal time right now. She's still communicating with the team, but really it was a credit to Carly Keeney, who had to come in just days before the start of the 2026 season, whereas Coach Gasso said Carly put her life on hold to come be a part of this pitching staff and really lead the way. Now, Carly Keeney was a part of the 2024 National Championship team. She was a pitcher herself, and then a graduate student, part of the coaching staff last year, was doing different work. And then in February, got the call from Coach Gasso and said, absolutely, I'll do whatever the team needs. So Keeney is constantly on the phone with Coach Rocha after games, saying, how can we sync up these pitchers and pitch calling?
It's a base hit into right field for Jada Baker. Check that Jennings, I should say.
Now ready, we're doing number 17. There you go.
Jennings on first base.
Tends to find her way on no matter what it takes. She's such a good leader at the top of the order for Duke.
Swung on left field, and the catch made by Dayton for the final out. Welcome back here at Mary Nutter. It's the top half, bottom half of 5, I should say. And Oklahoma has taken full control in this one.
Well, Max, you talked about it earlier. I think you manifested this hitting substitution as Tia Malloy gets an opportunity. And she's somebody who Coach Gasso raved about in her adjustments from freshman to sophomore year and her limited opportunities. She's hitting over 400 this year, just so composed and such an athlete, Coach Gasso said, somebody who has power and speed.
Well, it'll start with Sydney Barker, but that was Tia Malloy, who we had talked about a moment ago. Barker to lead things off in this frame. Back in the circle, that's Larissa Hawkes. Hawkes to the plate. Strike one taken.
Really excited for the opportunity for Hawkes to be able to start with a clean inning after coming into the fire. The last inning and getting away with minimal damage, only giving up 1 run.
The pitch. Shallow pop up, 1 away.
Hawkes able to throw a rise ball that was just tight enough to create a weak pop-up. That's something that they've been missing when they're able to go up in the zone against Oklahoma. The Sooners have been able to take advantage, but Hawkes showing her spin is tight enough to tie them up at the hands.
So here comes Tia Malloy. She'll pinch hit for Nelly McEnroe-Marinas.
Malloy already has 9 RBIs on the season, 4 away from what she had last year.
Yeah, she has really clicked as of late. Had 9 RBIs over her last 3 games coming into the weekend. The pitch. Reigning SEC Freshman of the Week takes ball 1.
It's no surprise when you recognize the last name. You understand her parents were incredible athletes. Laura Malloy, NFL Pro Bowler. Then her mother, Claudine Malloy, an All-American track and field athlete at Washington. Went on to have all 4 daughters playing at the highest level. As Tia Malloy's oldest sister played at Washington, that was Elmira Malloy, and then her sister was an All-American, Kiki Malloy, who's now playing professionally. And then Tia's the third, and they still got one more to come on the college scene after this.
Haven't seen the last of them as she takes strike 2.
And so fun for this family to be able to have all 3 of their daughters so far pick different universities to leave their mark in.
Went around as the ball kicks away. Malloy with luck in her favor is aboard safely.
You'll take it however you can get it sometimes. I mean, this is a beautiful off-speed by Hawk as Malloy is not able to lay off of, but kicks away from Rodriguez behind the dish. Malloy, 7 stolen bases last season. A pair this year, so you have to be aware of what you can do at first base.
That's downstairs. Ball 1. Ilana Agbayani at the plate. 2 for 2 today, a pair of singles. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul behind the dish. Agbayani takes ball 2.
Agbayani does such a nice job at just staying so loose in the box. Malloy still at first base, threatening to go at any point, keeping Rodriguez on her toes behind the dish.
This hot start for Agbayani today, a product of what we've seen from her as of late. That's ball 4, and last week she recorded 8 hits and 10 at-bats when in the starting lineup, and she has just kept that rolling. 3rd time on base this afternoon in 3 plate appearances, with Tia Malloy, who moves over to second.
Part of the reason what makes Oklahoma so successful is they're not afraid to take the walks after getting the 2 hits, and that's where the group is just so selfless in passing the bat, because they understand not even 1 through 9, but really 1 through 15 people can get a home run on their team, so they don't ever feel like it's on them to do it all themselves.
Well, back to the 9 spot with Abby Dayton, and you mentioned it does feel like there's so much depth on any given at-bat. One of these Sooners can hurt you. Dayton 1 for 2 today with a single.
And just doing some math, I mean, 14 different players for Oklahoma has hit a home run.
Just missed for ball 1.
Oklahoma just continuing to pour pressure every inning. I mean, this defense has just been on the field, it feels like, majority of this game. And that can really break up your cadence as an offense that was starting to get in your groove when you just have to go play defense for 20, 30 minutes at a time.
Abby Dayton at the plate. Slashes this ball foul. And, Cindy, something to keep an eye on. A home run here would end the ball game.
And for Oklahoma, they're chasing for it. This is a really competitive group. They also feel like they started the game on a really hot note. And knowing them, they feel like they've flattened a bit since then, just not being able to score much.
Fouled once more. Another battle for Dayton.
And that's part of the reason why Coach Young put in Hawkes. She was also aware of the run rule, and she wants to make sure her team has 7 innings to compete against Oklahoma. And just trying to change up the different look on this in the circle.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hawkes delivers. Chopped left side. That's out number 2. Both base runners advance into scoring position.
It's a really nice job by Jones coming in to get that, especially with the speed from Oklahoma.
Well, up to the top of the order. Cassidy Pickering at the plate. Ball 1 away.
Now you're getting into the heart of the order for Oklahoma. Pickering, Wells, Garcia, Parker. 4 of the best hitters in the country.
Ball 2. You talk about Pickering, what she's capable of, and this is not a player to be messed around with, especially when she can end the ball game with 1 swing of the bat. A preseason All-American this year, a first-team All-American last year, where she had 18 home runs.
And Duke's very well aware of that. That's why you see Coach Young calling another timeout. And I love how much it seems like Coach Young right now is asking Hawkes questions and then just listening. And I feel like those are some of the best coaches where during the timeout you say, okay, what are you feeling? What pitches can I call that's going to serve you right now and that you're going to be able to step on this mound and throw with confidence?
Two balls, no strikes to the top of the order, Cassidy Pickering. Called strike on the outside half.
And that's a 50-50 ball right there. You could hear a little bit of grumblings from behind the dish, but ultimately a good take by Pickering. That's not a ball you could do damage on.
That's away for ball 3 to Pickering. This season, she's batting .562. She already has 5 home runs on her resume. And this Sooners team came into the weekend leading the nation in home runs, 8 more than the next highest team, UCLA. They've already added 8 home runs this weekend. That caught the zone at the knees as the count runs full. Runners on second, third, 2 away, bottom half of 5.
A really nice drop ball here by Hawkes. And Rodriguez just does a phenomenal job getting her thumb underneath to make it a strike.
A walk issued to Pickering. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 5th. Kendall Wells will step to the plate already with a home run today.
What an opportunity for Wells. These are the at-bats that you're just itching to get your chance at the plate. And what a swing that is. I always say a foul ball that's straight back, that sends a message to the pitcher that she is so close to barreling that ball. That's usually when you have to change location or change speed.
0-1. The pitch from Hawkes. Swung on and lifted. That's a mile in the air. It tails into foul territory, and the catch is made to close out the 5th. Oklahoma loads the bases, but no runs to show for it. We'll be right back. PGF was founded in 2009 and today crowns the unquestioned national champions across 9 age divisions. Every year, just shy of 700 teams compete across those age groups, with the 17-day event held across parks in Huntington Beach, Fountain Valley, and Irvine, California. Premier Girls Fast Pitch is where the best of the best play in amateur fast pitch softball. Since 2009, thousands of female student athletes have realized their dreams to play on the college level by performing with top-level competition in front of college recruiters. PGF produces hundreds of tournaments and showcases each year across the country, including the PGF High School All-American Game, which is unanimously considered the highest individual honor in youth fast pitch softball. Premier Girls Fast Pitch, the future of the game is here. Hashtag play PGF. We return here to action. Number 4 Oklahoma and number 14 Duke. Top half of 6 and back in the circle for the Sooners. It's Wichinho.
What we saw from Wichinho, she came in throwing such a high-level rise ball and off-speed combination that Duke wasn't able to handle. And right now, the only way you're going to be able to be successful is if you step in the box and you think, I'm going to attack one of 2 of those pitches. You can't hit both.
Well, Wichinho now offers in, and Tarina Jones takes ball 1.
Wichinho just does such a nice job of utilizing how deep she gets in her heels and her back legs in this motion before powering forward.
Sent a mile in the air, behind home plate and out of play. 1-2 count here. It goes 3-4-5 in this top half of the 6th inning, with Duke chasing a 5-run deficit that kicked off the ball game. That's how Oklahoma started things off and has never looked back. High up there for ball 2.
For Duke right now, this is your time to strike and start to punch back, especially with where you are in your lineups. Jones, Oakland, Matthews, 3 of some of your best power hitters on your team.
2-2, swung on and missed. That's strike 3. 1 away.
Wichinho doing such a great job showing off her rise ball early on this count just to go in and slip in that off speed that falls off the table.
Now finding her groove. She'll face Jessica Oakland. Ball 1 inside.
Wichinho right now, just her motion reminds me so much of the few Aussies we've seen pitchers come in to college softball and the success they had by rocking back, being able to deliver so much power now that you can step back with your back foot off the mound, something that was new to our sport about 5 or 6 years ago, and pitchers have really taken advantage being able to split their legs. As long as that front foot stays on the mound, they're able to utilize that back leg as almost a sprinter start and get even more power in their motion from it.
You can hear the power by the pop of the glove as she rolls strike 1 in right near the knees.
It's so good when a catcher can catch it just right where you hear that snap.
Wichinho with a 2-1 here. Oakland fouls this one off.
And that off speed is just so good when she's able to tunnel it. She did a drop ball the pitch before, then comes in with the off speed at the same level as a hitter. That looks like it's coming in until the very last second.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Wichinho sets her down swinging.
I love a pitcher who's not afraid to double up an off-speed pitch right here, beautifully executed. She's so deceptive within her emotion, powering off the zone and then creating a 6 to 8 inch type of vertical break. That is just nasty. And Oklahoma really wanted to do a better job at calling games, whether it was with Carly Keeney or allowing their catchers to do so. And it feels like they finally found their rhythm and their groove that they worked all week looking to find.
Miley Wachenio fires in another strike. This is swung through and missed. Layla Lamar.
Yeah, she's doing such a nice job at hiding her pitches so tightly in her glove. All of her motion stays the same. You don't see the ball till all of a sudden she's releasing it.
Wachenio gets another swing and a miss. And Lamar in search of her second hit of the day. She had that RBI double, responsible for bringing home the lone run of the day. In 0-2, it's Wachenio who rocks and fires. Ripped into right field, and it's down for a base knock.
How impressive is this hit? I mean, this is a 2-strike rise ball that's well out of the zone. Lamar goes up to get this. And not by a lack of effort, that is for sure. By Ella Parker in right field trying to do whatever she could to get a shoestring catch.
Yeah, Parker nearly plucked that one. That's popped up, left side, foul territory. Catch is made cleanly by Gabby Garcia. One hit, no runs with a runner left on. We're moving to the bottom half of 6 as Wachenio continues to deal for Oklahoma. Since 2011, USA Preps camps and showcases have provided guaranteed college coach exposure, giving teams and student athletes a direct path to be seen through elite competition and on-field instruction. Visit www.usapreps.com to see the full 2026 event schedule. As you see those mountains in the distance, but right here, sunny, warm, and we're having a great time. Vibes are immaculate in a top 15 matchup. Number 4, Oklahoma, and number 14, Duke. Sooners of Oklahoma looking to add to this 5-run lead. If they can pull it to 8, this game would be over.
And you know Oklahoma is hungry to make a punch and a statement like they did in the first inning where they put on a 5 spot. Since then have been quieted down to only 1 run. And really credit to Hawkes, who's come into this game and been a difference maker coming off the heels of Wheeler. She's done a really nice job quieting the power of Oklahoma by utilizing her rise ball tight and in on the hands.
Hawkes rocks and fires. Gabby Garcia takes strike 2 that taps the outside corner. That skips away for the first ball of the at-bat.
I continue to just be impressed by Hawkes coming into this game. she's somebody who wanted to play on the biggest stage. So you mentioned came from UIW, the All Southland Conference. She's been craving Power 4 type of competition.
Bounce
And now
behind
here
home
she is
plate,
competing at a high level against some of the best of the best.
Quick note for you, Sid. Keep an eyes on the field. It looks like that is Terrell out in right field. The pitch. Cracked into left center for a base knock. Garcia thinking two. She slides in safely with a lead-off two-bagger.
Oklahoma's 20th double of the season. She does such a great job hunting for two out of the box. It's crazy when you start to look at their numbers and realize, well, this is their 20th double as a team. They're over 45 home runs, I believe, now at 47, to just show they hit even more home runs than doubles, but they'll still take them in this situation.
You know, even video games don't let you get to that number. It is incredible what this Oklahoma team has done with the bats through this first stretch of the season. Gives you a sense of how hungry they are. A 1-0 count here to the cleanup hitter, Ella Parker. It's taken low. Nice stab back there by Rodriguez.
I mean, while Coach Gasso really credited just the freshmen coming in and changing up the environment, she also looks at the Ella Parkers, the Cassidy Pickerings of now being upperclassmen leading the way because they were once freshmen standing at the Women's College World Series, having to learn quickly how to handle themselves at the highest level. And now they can share in those experience with the freshmen of just the expectations and the pressure that comes when you put on an Oklahoma Sooner uniform. And that comes with a lot of pride, too. I think she said, sooner born, sooner bred, and someday she'll be sooner dead.
Well, that's what it means for Coach Patty Gasso to be a Sooner. And now runners on first and second, and the Sooners are on the move. There's nobody away. Bottom six as Oklahoma continues to threaten at the plate every single inning. Only a matter of time before they break through.
Yeah, they've been knocking on the door. You know they want to bust it open. Opportunity for Kay Minor coming into this game. Another freshman. Played at the highest level of travel ball.
Minor into center field. They'll hold the runners station to station for the bases to load with nobody away, bottom six.
And I asked Coach Gasso, he said, how do you keep your team so in it? Where the players, when they step up and they come into a game, they come in with so much poise and they're on time right away. She said, I love to sub them so much that this becomes frequently. Everybody comes into every game, whether you're starting thinking, I'll have an opportunity to bat. And Minor does a great job with her number being called.
Kai Minor at first. At second base, it's Parker. At third, Garcia. Bases loaded. It is Alyssa Parker to the plate here. A pinch hitter for Oklahoma. And yesterday, with Oklahoma trailing 5-4 against Cal State Fullerton in the late innings, Parker blasted a solo game-tying home run.
The 2024 Gatorade Oklahoma Player of the Year, no surprise, has had multiple long balls so far this season. She said these are freshmen that are going to be cemented in our program. People are going to learn their names quickly as they're going to become the foundation and build the next dynasty.
Bases juiced. Bottom six. Parker watches ball one miss tight.
The amount of times that Oklahoma has had bases loaded here today.
Winning run represented by Minor at first. That missed low and in.
And even right there, you see Jones, the shortstop, coming over just to have a quick head nod with Jaquez. That little moment can go so far. The eye contact, I believe in you, feed me the ball.
Caught the zone there. Great shot from our team for Jaquez. Eyeing down point-blank range with Alyssa Parker, who lives for these moments. The pitch. Swung on and fouled up the third baseline for Parker, who has 3 home runs over the last 3 games.
Someone who's swinging such a hot bat. That's where you got to credit Jaquez, who just threw it so inside on her, trying to neutralize that power.
2-2, sky at a mile, foul territory, and out of room.
A gift towards our amazing crowd here today at Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic. These types of environment fire me up for the amount of people who are celebrating these women, watching our games. We continue to just break record after record in viewership and attendance.
It is absolutely packed, hardly in the standing room. An incredible environment. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Left side, foul territory again, but it falls.
And that's a tough one. You hate to see anything touch dirt at this point in the game.
Duke still in search of recording that first out of the frame. Oklahoma threatening with Parker at the dish. Again, the winning run at first base by way of the run rule. 2-2. Swung on. Foul tipped. Everybody will go back.
And love Garcia, even with the hustle, coming from third base, just being ready to jump at any point, ball put in play. But also, what an at-bat here by Parker, coming into this game, drawing multiple pitches.
The offer. That's away for ball 3.
Such a good take. I mean, that is a pitch that looks like it was humming in and just breaks away at the last second. That's a really competitive pitch by Jaquez.
Payoff. Swung on, lifted on the ground into left field. 1 run scores. Everybody else stays station to station. As lifted maybe on a line, better yet. And a tough play to make for Jones, the shortstop, on a backhand as Parker drives home 1.
Impressed with this long at bat. Parker finding a way to come through, ripping a line drive that just stretches past Jones at shortstop. So this Oklahoma team does so well. They're just going to take whatever pitch you give them and work to hit it hard.
That's Nelly McEnroe-Marinas at the plate. She's batting in the 7th spot.
For Jaquez right now, you're just thinking, how can I feed my defense? How can I work to some weak contact? Because right now, Oklahoma's not taking many or any swings and misses.
Nelly connects. This is deep left center. This is back. This is gone! Nelly McEnroe-Marinas ends the ball game in a run rule home run victory for number 4 Duke over number 4 Oklahoma over number 14 Duke.
Pure Oklahoma style. Another long ball to end it. This is the team that just felt like they were knocking on the door all game long until they finally cashed in. It was the hot bats of the Sooners continue to stay alive as they now lead the nation in home runs alongside UCLA, but then ultimately too, the pitchers who complemented them so well within Lowry and Gochino.
Boy, it was a fun one.
You could just watch their
here.
Home runs on repeat.
Unbelievable, and they just continue to hit them time and time again. There is no slowing down for Oklahoma as they come away with yet another run rule victory. Final thoughts, Sid?
So impressed with the Oklahoma Sooners. I mean, they handled this game with so much grace and just so much power. Duke is a top 15 team for a reason. They're going to continue to compile a lot of wins, but Oklahoma is showing that their hitting is on a different level as they continue to lead the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic in home runs.
The grand slam to win the ball game from Nelly McEnroe Marinas. A run rule victory has Oklahoma with the win 11-1 over number 14 Duke. We have more action. UCLA and Nevada comes up after this. Don't go anywhere. For Sydney Suplee, I'm Max Kelton saying so long from Cathedral City at Mary Nutter.